Now, this is something that doesn't happen too often, and you don't see too often, but allegedly they have a car that's on the tracks down below. Now, I'm not too sure to what extent, but it took Boston Police and Boston Fire quite some time to find this vehicle. Now they're trying to figure out how they're going to get him out of there. Allegedly he's down below on the tracks, and I'm not too sure to what extent, so let's see. They said he is conscious and alert.
Do you guys have a 28 at the base, or should I head over there?
How'd he get down there?
Oh, he must have drove from over to southeast.
Wow, that's a long drive.
I'm sure you are already driving over.
They stopped the trains, right?
I know.
That's a good thing.
Transit's down there.
That's the most important thing so far. Got state police doing the traffic over there, and Boston doing traffic as well.
They got on to the tracks.
See the tracks over there?
Yeah.
They said they walked. They were parked over there and they walked.
Allegedly he drove. Now this is serious. If a guy can drive on those tracks that distance from South Boston, that I don't know how, but let me see, how could you? Yeah, allegedly he drove right down there. You can see those tracks. There's I don't even know how the heck you even get in there, to be honest with you. So I guess that's the gentleman right there walking with the police. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a guy, he's walking with the police officer. If I could get it, these grates on the fence are kind of. It looks like an elderly gentleman. Somehow he managed to get on the tracks. Not too sure what happened. It took the police quite a time to find him. Just so you know, this is not a good location. I got you. Yeah, I'm monitoring. Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, you're right. They can't see you with the dark clothes on. Should put. Right, you got it. You can't argue with the truth. Yeah, he's right. If you got dark clothes on, they definitely cannot see you. I should have put my yeah, he's walking up that way. You see him? Yeah, he's right. You can't at nighttime. A driver cannot see if you're wearing dark clothes on. I should have put my fluorescent jacket on. But somehow the car.
They're all down. They're walking him out now. The only thing is that you got the train off the tracks now.
Yeah.
To the T, you know. He's heading over with ambulance.
How do you even get it? How do you even get down there?
All the way over from Southie. I don't know.
That's crazy, huh?
It's amazing you made it that far.
I know. On the tracks, like, wow. Like, how do you even get in there? That's something you don't see too often in the city, but you shouldn't be able to get your car down there.
So they can just go around right there, you know what I mean?
This one is crazy, Mark.
Man, I just took a photo of you thinking you were part of it.
was like, wait a second, that's next.
I got your text and I said, let me just go check it out. I was
The
listening.
train, they're just gonna have to. He already was walked out. They walked him out already. He was able, so I'm gonna clear out of here, guys. Transit's gonna handle the tow.
How's your night been going?
Just started.
Wow.
I thought it like went through the fence and like, fell down. That happened about
Yeah, I thought it went over the way it sounded on the radio. It's like it went over the railing.
You're alright, buddy. You're getting low on the beach. I think we met. I'm Kansas full-time guy.
What's that?
I'm with my boss in Kansas.
Yeah.
I can't remember who I met.
You doing a swap, Chris? Payback or is he owe you? Make sure you fill out that blue form or whatever.
For a lot party, flight 1521 Washington Street. Okay, we got it.
Okay, be safe. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how he got on there. I thought he went over the. I'm down here.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't find the location, so I was. Yeah, I couldn't find the location, so I was like going up and down every street until I figured out where he was at.
Ending is 6045.
Yeah, he should have texted me. I finally, not until I pretty much got on here,
Yeah.
did we find the location. BTD could be able to find it.
Yeah, I was like, where the heck where was he at?
These are good shots.
Channel, was that Channel 5? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting how they're gonna get that car out of there. It's a very cold night tonight too. I'm not sure how cold it is, but it took Boston police quite a while to figure out where he was at. He was giving off so many different locations. They thought he might have went over the railing to get down there. They didn't realize he actually drove down there. I was looking for a car over embankment down over the cliff.
That's what we all thought.
Just by listening to it on the radio, that's what it sounded like.
I mean, even BTD thought it.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, where's he at? Did he fall off the cliff? Did he?
The problem was he was confused. So when he called in,
Yeah.
it was like an OnStar kind of call.
Gotcha.
He really wasn't giving much.
He wasn't giving a good location or anything.
Yeah, he kept hanging up on 911 too.
Wow.
Trying to tell him to get out of his car off the tracks.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, good thing everybody's safe. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I get a little footage and I probably heard about him myself.
Yeah.
I know.
Bravo Base, whether you need that show?
You know what?
I wasn't the only one.
I was going to do the same thing, but I parked another block down.
I parked first.
Yeah.
0835. Show on the way.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's been dead for like the whole week.
Yeah. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not too sure how he got his car down there, but it's down there. Somehow he must have found an access point down by the train depot and driven his car from South Boston onto the tracks. He got stuck on the tracks when he tried to cross them. And from what I understand, he was calling N-Star and calling Boston police. And he kept hanging up on them. And they had a tough time trying to figure out where he was. So when they finally found him, they didn't know how to get down to him. So that was the other part. So when the Boston Fire Department arrived, they were totally on the wrong side of the road trying to get down to him. But he's safe. He's unharmed, conscious and alert. So It's an elderly gentleman, so he's the best thing. He's safe. They notified the commuter rail, so that there's no trains going on the outbound track. And now they have a tow truck that's supposed to be on its way to get the car out of there. So that's what we have. This is right at the. If I was given a location from here, we're at Harold and Albany Street. At the overpass. So we're at Harold and Albany Street, which is right where the old Boston Herald used to be at. The Boston Herald is not there anymore. There's like a Whole Foods and a few other things there.
Okay, we'll buzz.
And it's kind of hard to give a location if you don't know the location yourself. And even I couldn't give that location if I tried. I know it's next to I-90, but I couldn't tell you like where exactly at I-90. I could tell you between maybe the Albany Street Bridge versus the or Chinatown area, but other than that, I couldn't give you a location. If I'm down there, it's kind of hard to give you a location because you don't know where you're at. Unless you look at that sign that's right above your head. But other than that, it's very tough to give a location if you don't know the location. So Boston police are waiting for a tow truck to they're gonna tow that vehicle out of there. I guess the next challenge is getting the tow truck down there, try to find the same exact path. So Boston police have walked the path. Somebody ran a red light, that's why that car's beeping the horn. So Boston police are going to try to direct the tow truck how to get that car out of there. I'll try to hang around as long as I can. It's a little chilly out here, but I'll see how long it takes for the tow truck to show up, and hopefully it's a flatbed. Well, maybe it won't be a flatbed, but hopefully it is a flatbed. Like I said, it is. Why is he beeping the horn? He's beeping the horn for what reason now? I don't know why he's beeping the horn. Is there a reason why he's... Yeah, there's no reason to beat the horn, so I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, I don't know why. The first time I seen the car run a red light, but the second time I don't know what he's beeping the horn for. So that's what we have. We have a car that's stuck on the commuter rail train tracks. Like I said, not too sure how he got down there. Like I know the area where he could have possibly came in, but then he would have to come in through the train yard, and that's a lot of maneuvering to get down there and on those tracks without nobody seeing him. That's not good for a guy to get on the tracks. And well, the good thing is he did call for help, because it could have been worse than what we're looking at. Because a train coming on these tracks will never expect to see a car on the tracks. That's the whole thing. If you're driving the train at nighttime and you're just coming out of the station, the worst thing you're expecting to see is a car on your tracks, especially in this area right here. Yeah, that's something that you don't expect to see in the city too often. A car actually on the tracks. Like, the way the car came in, you would think that he actually fell off the cliff. Because he said he was on the tracks from the expressway. And everybody's thinking from the expressway means above. And they were tracking him like towards I-90. Even I-90 was saying, okay, maybe he's above, not on the tracks. Because they're thinking he's on the overpass. And they're thinking the worst case scenario, he went through the guardrail and came down on the tracks. And come to find out he actually drove on the tracks, which, it's kind of hard to sort that out through a 911 call and not actually seeing what's going on. So Boston police, they ran all over the city looking for him. Boston Fire Department, the same thing, trying to figure out where this car could be at. So finally, they were able to get a Albany Street pinpoint and found him down here. So guys, when you're driving, it's very, very, very important just to be aware of your surroundings. I said that in my other videos. Try to be aware of your surroundings. Take an extra 5-10 minutes just to observe what you're doing, and if it don't look right, don't do it. And I see a lot of this happening with elderly people. They get confused. They're not quite seeing what they think they're seeing. They're not interpreting what they're seeing correctly. A lot of different variables go into factor. Night vision is another key thing. If you can't see good at night, you see different things. So to try to be vigilant, try to be alert. It's easier said than done. So it's kind of hard to put it all into a nutshell because every scenario is different. Like I said here, this is something a driver would never expect to encounter. Never in a million years will you expect to drive and end up on the tracks. At least you hope not. And also the snow could have played a key factor too. He probably didn't realize, you see unpaved surface you shouldn't be driving on if you're not familiar with it. So that shouldn't be an excuse. Once you see snow and you're not familiar with the snowy area, like if you know this is Albany Street and you see snow on the ground, that's one thing. But if you're driving on the road you're not familiar with, that's totally different. Yeah, like we're right here on Albany Street, just before the, I guess you call the Quincy on-ramp. Well, no, you can't call it the 93 South on-ramp on Albany, I guess you call it. Alright guys, I'm gonna head up out of here. If the tow truck does come in the next 15 minutes, I'll be sure to report back to you, but if it takes longer, I won't even bother trying to record the tow. But we'll watch and observe and see what happens. But other than that, we got a car on the commuter rail side of the train tracks. Not too sure how he got there, but he's there. And like I said, if you didn't see it, you probably wouldn't believe it. The most important thing, everybody is safe and everybody is secure. Alright guys, if anything else comes up, I'll get right back to you. So they're sitting down there, they're trying to figure out how they're going to get that vehicle out of there. They could get a crane, one of those rotators, and actually lift it right over the guardrails onto 90. That's if you have a rotator. That's probably the fastest and easiest way to get them out. Have a rotator and drop them on top of a flatbed. Unless you bring a tow truck in the way that he came in. So there's whole different scenarios how you can get them out of there. You got the Amtrak over here as well. Got a couple of people from Amtrak that just pulled up. They're still trying to figure out how the heck he got in there. So it's a little bit going on here. Nobody really knows how he got down there but the driver himself. And he's gotten his way down there. look like they got a tow truck coming in there.
Joe, 201.
I'm not sure that's a tow truck or that's a and maybe that's not a tow truck. Maybe that's just one of the Amtrak vehicles.
Yeah, we can set down at 1102 watch.
Stand by.
Like they can get him off the tracks. Maybe they could just drive the car back out the way he came in.
Delta 445, Charlie Robert.
I'm not too sure how he got down there, to be honest with you guys. That's a mystery. A mystery within a mystery.
Okay, 12 call.
Looks like the Amtrak vehicles are leaving. They're taking off. They did their observation. They're heading up out of there. Like I said, there's a couple of options of getting that car out of there. You can get a rotator. Hey, how's it going? Watching the car down below. Take care. Be safe.
Delta units in the area 534 Commonwealth Ave got reports of a vehicle that was just stolen from that location. 2019 gray RAV4, no reg given. Took off Com Ave towards Mass. White male, teen, long hair. Maybe the plate is 2 Papa Zulu Whiskey 27 if anyone sees that vehicle.
If that was,
Delta 445,
depending on how deep that car is stuck on the tracks, you could probably pull that car off, turn it around, and drive it out of there. I don't know.
Tango 55.
Tango 55.
Ma'am, I'm clear that assist at Albany. Take me off of that car stop at Huntington and Ring and Huntington. Fast taxi 17.
What's going on, man? Have you seen that already? Have you seen that already?
What's that?
The car down below?
Alright, that's what I'm looking for. I saw you.
It's right there, yeah.
Yeah, 2 in the car.
I don't know how he got on there.
The accent's down there, that's where I was heading.
Oh, wow.
Were you recording?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that your vehicle there?
Yeah.
That's where you have service. I'm not talking. Can you get a second?
Gotcha.
Now, there's an access point over on West 4th Street. I was heading there now, and I was just on the phone with dispatch.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, we have no idea where it is. I'm like, hang on a second, I see. I saw you. That's awesome.
It took a while to figure out where he was at, though.
Driving around. This happened like a few months ago.
Really?
Yeah, down over here on Harold Street.
Wow. That's very dangerous, though.
Yeah, that's
It, okay, guys. I'm gonna put this in here. I don't know how accurate this information is, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Allegedly, this gentleman was following GPS. Now, I don't know all the facts if he was really following GPS, but GPS is known to give you the wrong directions. So the GPS allegedly, because we don't know all the facts, was telling him he was on I-90 going west. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. Because I think he's heading east if he's coming into Boston. So west would be going. Well, I guess that way. I guess west would be going out of Boston. Wait a minute. Is that correct? I think east is in Boston, west is out of Boston. I could be wrong, but so allegedly he was following the GPS. We don't know if that's true or not, but and that's probably how he ended up down here, thinking that he was on the 90 side rather than the train track side. They do got trains coming, so just let the train go by. They do have a train coming on the inbound side. That's the Amtrak one? Yeah, Amtrak PD up here as well. So they got a regular tow truck gonna try to with a wheel lift trying to get them out of there. Now these trains, like they don't go that fast down here. He's actually stopping, but sometimes they pick up speed coming out. Even the tow trucks are trying to figure out how to get them out of there. They're trying to figure out what's the easiest and the safest way to get that car out of there. It's a very chilly night tonight too, guys. It's not. I don't know what the temperature is out here, but it's pretty cold. The Amtrak police officer was telling me, he said, I would never found it if you weren't standing out here recording. He said, I would just drove right by this location. I said, and I would have done the same thing. Like I said, they may have to just drag the car out and just take it the same way it came in. That's probably at this point, it's the only way to do it. So he's gonna use the winch in the he's gonna try to winch it out that way if he can. We'll see how long it takes him to do it.
Yes, ma'am, transit is handling the rest of that situation. So I'll give that a 14 call, and I guess the next 19.
Once you get your wheels on the tracks like that, it's very, very, very tough to get off of them. Especially with snow on your tires. Sometimes without any snow, it's tough to get your car off those tracks. With snow, it's almost impossible. I seen trucks that got stuck on tracks like that couldn't get off. So once your wheel gets stuck on those tracks like that, sometimes the best thing is to get out of the vehicle, because if a train's coming, it could be too late by the time the train sees you. Yeah, it's interesting though. This is This is probably an educational video, an informational video. You know, something that you should try to avoid in the future. Like I said, it's very cold out here today too. I'm not even sure how cold it is, but it has to be at least in the 30s, or maybe in the 20s.
Thank you. 41119.
Delta 105, code 19, North Albany Harrison.
Echo.
101,
Echo.
And hopefully that tow truck pulls it straight off the tracks and it doesn't slide sideways. It shouldn't slide sideways because all three tires are on the other side of the track. And there's only one on the other side, so it should pull off nice and easy. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Alright, steering clear because you don't want nothing to happen. I'm gonna give it a shot and see what it does. It looks like it is pulling sideways though, but need more angle going outward. It's still got another 10 feet to try to adjust though, so. This is where the you could redirect the angle if you had a snatch block and tied it to a solid pole or something like that and pull it towards the wall. And that'll make it a little easier to climb the tracks. Looks like it's working. It's clear. Another train coming in inbound. That's on the other track though. It sounds like. No, same track. Well, the good thing is off the tracks.
Go to 411. 11. I had that stolen vehicle, Mass Ave, going through Huntington Ave. He's going at a high rate of speed. When the 445 is on, stolen vehicle, Mass, Huntington, Delta PS.
Massive.
I have it. Are you following or pursuing?
I am behind him, but I'm not pursuing. He's up on Mass Ave going towards Cambridge, and I'm at Mass and Boylston. Is that 2 Papa Zulu Whiskey 27? That's correct. I lost sight of him now. He's all the way over to Cambridge. If you want to tell Cambridge, he went into Cambridge. Okay, went over the bridge, I have it. Yes, ma'am. And that was a white male. He has curly hair. That's all I could see.
All right, so they pretty much got the car out. Now it's just a matter of hooking them up on the tow truck and getting them back to solid ground.
White male. Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
White male in his teens with long hair. Mass 2 Papa Zulu Whiskey 27.
Any officers that speak Mandarin, can you switch up to channel 2? Looking for a Mandarin speaking officer on channel 2. Officer on channel 137.
901. Sharonda, did you try to stop him?
I did, sir. I activated my lights and sirens, and he took off on me. He blew through several red lights.
Okay, very good. Delta 445. The car that they left behind is also reported stolen. What's that, plate water?
All right, guys. So they're gonna hook them up now and more likely
What's that plate of the other vehicle?
get them back to the location we came out of.
1 Lima Bravo Tango 37.
And right now, this is on Albany Street overpass, down below on the commuter rail side of the train tracks.
Charlie 429.
421.
101.
101.
Starting with your next prisoner. Get to the miles.
37 also stolen out of Cambridge. Delta 445, you have a victim?
Yes, ma'am. The victim is still standing by McDonald's.
They're just checking the tracks, make sure the tracks are okay. Doesn't appear to be any damage to the tracks, but it can't hurt to check. You never know. You know, all I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, just be safe out there. You know, be vigilant, be alert. Um, just be safe. So they look like they're gonna get ready to clear up out of here once that truck is ready to go. Just gonna lock onto the wheels and lift it up and just yank it out of there. All of a sudden, we got a breeze coming through. I don't know where it came from, but a good gust of wind just picked up. I'm not too sure like where and how it came, but it just picked up pretty heavily. Alright, so the tow truck's out of there. It looked like that's a wrap. I guess we're waiting until another accident like this happens and we'll see what goes on. Other than that, everybody be safe out there. So Amtrak's gonna give the all clear. Boston Police gonna give the all clear. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. Keep our fingers crossed. Catch you guys on the next one.